Did you know you can save a life by reporting a change in mental status? A change in mental status often indicates a problem that requires prompt treatment. It is not always easy to identify these changes. This program will help you be able to better notice these important changes.
A change in mental status, which is also called delirium, is a very stressful event for both patients as well as their family caregivers. We are going to hear from a patient's wife, Mrs. Friedman, who will describe for us some of the changes her husband experienced when he became acutely ill. Some of the symptoms that she will describe will include his decline in functional ability, his misperceptions of the environment, as well as a change in his sleep-wake pattern.
First, let's listen to this family member who shares with us how alarming it was when her husband experienced a change in mental status.
Mrs. Friedman, please share with us about the time that your husband became ill and some of the changes he experienced.
He would babble, and he also, I guess you call it hallucinate, where he saw things that weren't there.
Did you notice any changes in your husband's level of alertness during the day, or was there a disruption in his sleep-wake cycle?
Oh yes, yes. Well, he would not sleep during the night. I mean, he was up many, many times at night, and sometimes he wouldn't get right back to sleep. And of course, then he would sleep during the day.
The first sign of a life-threatening illness among long-term care residents is often an acute change in mental status. This is also called a delirium and is almost always caused by an underlying medical problem. As a geriatric nursing assistant, you are in the best position to alert the healthcare team to this change in mental status.
A change in mental status can be identified by observing the resident for a sudden change in level of alertness, sudden change in thinking and perception of the environment, and fluctuations in function and behavior during the course of the day.
In this program, you're going to see a demonstration of a resident who experiences a change in mental status. You will learn to identify specific signs that will alert you to this condition. Let's get started with an example.
Mrs. Scully is generally an alert resident who takes an interest in life and has a good relationship with her regular nursing assistant, Martha. While she has some mild memory deficits, she is able to actively participate in conversation and her daily care.
The eggs are perfect. The coffee is just hot the way I love it to be. Thank you so much. You are so good. Thank you.
You say the nicest things, Miss Scully.
Oh.
But did you remember to put your hearing aids in?
Sure did.
Very good. Very good. After breakfast, you're going to go into the bathroom and wash up at the sink.
Oh, is there a washcloth in there for me?
Your soap and washcloth are right at the sink where you always keep it.
Oh, okay. And will you turn on the television set for me so I can watch my favorite program?
A little early yet. Remember, your favorite show comes on just before lunch. You just ate breakfast.
Oh, my memory gets the best of me sometimes.
It's okay.
You've observed that Mrs. Scully's alert and maintains good eye contact while speaking with Martha. She recognizes and responds appropriately to her environment.
My hair is a mess. Is today beauty shop day?
Not today. Your daughter's coming Wednesday to take you to the beauty shop, and I bet you can fix it yourself.
Oh.
Mrs. Scully has eaten her breakfast and enjoyed her morning cup of coffee. She uses her walker correctly and washed her face.
Several days later, when Martha, the GNA, enters Mrs. Scully's room, she realizes that something is wrong with Mrs. Scully.
When the nursing assistant enters the room, she finds Mrs. Scully is still sleeping. She tries to wake her, but she's not responsive.
Miss Scully. Miss Scully, you haven't touched your breakfast. You're so sleepy. What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing.
Miss Scully, let's go to the bathroom and get washed up, okay? It may make you feel better. I'm going to turn your water on. Your walker is right there, okay?
As Mrs. Scully tries to get out of bed, she appears very confused. Instead of reaching for her walker, she starts pushing the breakfast table.
Miss Scully, why are you using your table? Stand still. Let me get your walker. Take your walker.
Oh, okay, okay.
In the bathroom, the nursing assistant notices that Mrs. Scully seems to be looking blankly into the mirror. Although she will answer questions, Mrs. Scully is not initiating any conversations.
Miss Scully, let's wash the other side of your face, okay? All right, good. Now let's dry this. Your face. Miss Scully, look at those pretty flowers your daughter brought you.
Oh, they are beautiful. But, what's that snake doing there? Someone better do something about it.
Oh, that's just a garden hose. Let me get your glasses so you can see. Okay. Isn't that better?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Let me put you back in bed for a little while, okay?
Okay.
I gotta go up to see the nurse.
When Mrs. Scully mistakes the garden hose for a snake, the nursing assistant knows for sure that Mrs. Scully is acting very differently today.
There has been a significant change in Mrs. Scully's behavior and function. She is more sleepy and less able to participate in her activities of daily living. She misperceives objects in her environment. For example, she believes that a garden hose is a snake. Misperceptions in the environment are common for older adults who experience a change in mental status.
Changes in perception can take different forms and may include illusions, which occur when a person misperceives an actual object in the environment. Mrs. Scully thought the garden hose was a snake. Delusions, which are fixed, false beliefs. And hallucinations, which are sensory experiences without anything in the environment to trigger it. For example, if Mrs. Scully had seen or heard a snake when there was absolutely nothing there.
Let's find out what the nursing assistant does next, now that she's noticed changes in her resident's mental status.
Howard.
Oh, hey, Martha.
Hi. There's something wrong with Miss Scully. This morning, you know she has a great appetite. This morning she ate nothing. And she's, to me, confused. She's using the side table as her walker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know how she loves to talk? She's quiet and sleepy.
Okay. Well, thanks for noticing those things. Keep an eye on her and let me know what's going on by the end of the shift.
I will.
Okay.
But I'm going to get her vital signs, just in case you have a fever or something.
Okay, let me know what they are.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, hey, Martha.
Howard, Miss Scully, her vital signs was 98.6, 92, 21, 10 over 60. They're better than I thought they would be. You know, but still there's something wrong with her.
Martha, the nursing assistant, did a lot of things correctly. Let's hear what some of them are.
The nursing assistant reported Mrs. Scully's change in alertness, function, and behavior to the nurse. She checked vital signs. She provided additional cueing and guidance to help the resident complete her activities of daily living. And she helped the resident locate her walker and glasses. However, the nursing assistant forgot to report that the resident experienced an illusion when she misperceived the garden hose for a snake. Nursing assistants may see some of these symptoms when working with residents who have dementia. However, in this case, these symptoms occur suddenly, reflect a change from the resident's baseline, and are too numerous to ignore.
Later in the morning, the nursing assistant goes back to check on Mrs. Scully, but sees no improvement.
Miss Scully? Miss Scully? Miss Scully?
Yeah?
Your favorite program is on. This is the best part. This is the part you like best. You want to name the items, the dog food? Do you remember your dog, Root Beer? Your daughter, Erica's going to bring him here Saturday for a visit.
Don't bother me, honey. Can't you see I need my rest?
Howard,
Yes.
I went to see Miss Scully again. She is not responding like she should.
Really?
Yes, she's calling me honey instead of Martha. She's too sleepy. She's unresponsive sometimes. I can't get her. This is not her. She's sick.
Are you sure? Maybe she was up late last night.
No, Janine said at report that she slept fine. She slept well. To me, I feel as though she's ill. She needs, yes. I really need you to just look at her for me, please.
Okay.
I'd feel much better.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Mrs. Scully.
Hi.
How are you feeling today?
Okay. Oh, you're such a nice man.
Well, thank you, thank you. Do you mind if I listen to your heart and lungs?
Fine.
Okay. Sit up for me just a little bit. Take a deep breath. One more time. Thank you. Let me listen to your heart. Thank you very much. You can sit back. Yeah, Martha, she's not normally this quiet. I think I heard a little congestion. She might have a pneumonia. Let me go and get the nurse practitioner to evaluate her.
You've seen that Mrs. Scully's change in mental status is a hypoactive or quiet delirium.
Hypoactive change in behavior means the resident may be unusually quiet, unusually sleepy, exhibiting poor eye contact, vague in conversation, and unable to initiate and maintain a conversation. A hypoactive change in mental status is challenging to recognize. These quiet behaviors don't cause much difficulty for the staff, so they often go unrecognized and unreported. Less frequently, residents with a change in mental status may have hyperactive behavior. This includes confusion, restlessness, irritability, and resistive or even combative behaviors. These hyperactive behaviors are more easily recognized because they are more challenging behaviors for the staff to manage.
The nursing assistant and the nurse both recognize that Mrs. Scully is experiencing a change in mental status. There are many things that a nursing assistant can do to support a resident during this difficult time. Let's see some of the things that Martha does to support Mrs. Scully.
Miss Scully, you haven't eaten a thing.
I'm not that hungry. I don't care.
You don't have your hearing aids in either. Put that in for me, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it a little quiet in here. I'm gonna turn the television off.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Miss Scully, where are you going?
Over there. Over there.
Let's get your walker.
Over there.
The GNA Martha provided good support to Mrs. Scully. Let's hear about some of the things that she did.
The nursing assistant gets Mrs. Scully's attention before giving simple verbal instructions. She speaks to Mrs. Scully on eye level. She reduces noise in the environment. She cues Mrs. Scully to do as much for herself as she can. And finally, the nursing assistant optimizes Mrs. Scully's ability to interpret the environment by making sure she's wearing her hearing aid.
You've seen a demonstration of a resident who is experiencing a change in mental status. Because the nursing assistant knew the resident well, she was able to quickly identify changes that the resident was experiencing. The GNA was able to alert the healthcare team and thus save the patient from a potentially life-threatening condition.
Hey, Mrs. Scully. Oh, good, Martha, you're here. Mrs. Scully, I got your chest x-ray back and it shows that you have a pneumonia. Martha, would you stay with her while I go and speak with her daughter? Thank you. I just wanted to let you know that you did a wonderful job with Mrs. Scully today. And because you recognized and reported all of the changes in her mental status, she didn't have to go to the hospital. Her daughter and I were really appreciative of your work. Oh, as a matter of fact, that must be her now.
Oh, hi, Mom. How are you?
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good. I came to see Martha to tell her thank you for taking such good care of you.
She's great.
Good. Good.
She's
I
great.
appreciate her hard work.
Yeah.
In your role as geriatric nursing assistants, you are in the unique position to be resident advocates. Because you spend so much time with the residents, you know their patterns of function and behavior better than anyone else and are in the best position to identify these and report changes to the healthcare team.
Your early identification and reporting of changes in residents' function and behavior can help to save or improve the quality of their lives.
As your husband started to recover, what were some of the things that you noticed get better in time?
First off, his sleep cycle had changed. He now sleeps during the nighttime and sleeps well. He's quite alert in the morning, and he has a good breakfast, and he's talkative. He's awake in the afternoon. He does go to some activities.
So when he was recovering, you noticed that he was becoming more aware of his environment and what was going on around him.
Absolutely, more aware, and he even said, "I look nice."
Fortunately for Mr. and Mrs. Friedman, the healthcare team was able to identify the cause of Mr. Friedman's delirium. He was able to receive treatment for it and gradually have an improvement in his function, his level of alertness, and he was able to enjoy visits again with his wife.
The healthcare team was rapidly able to identify that the change in Mr. Friedman's mental status indicated a significant physical problem. By quickly responding, they prevented further deterioration of his condition. Research in long-term care settings has found that 25%, or 1 out of 4 residents in a geriatric nursing assistant's care, might be experiencing subtle changes in mental status that could alert you to an acute illness. Early recognition is challenging and often missed because changes are often subtle. Symptoms can look different from resident to resident, and symptoms can be difficult to distinguish in residents with dementia or depression. Your role as a nursing assistant is of vital importance if a resident's change of mental status is to be detected.